Kale, you almost had her. You got to be quicker than that.
Spoiler warning, we're going to talk about the entire plot of this book.
Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas.
It's going to be ruined completely if you have not read it yet. Are we at the drinking part?
Oh, sweet.
This is the best part. We're at the drink talk learn portion of this podcast. We're going to learn some stuff.
This presentation is Gotta Go Fast, Selena versus Kale, running out of time. And it's all about how fast is Selena, really? Turns out she's pretty quick. We have a couple quotes here from, this is right as she learns that Nehemia is in danger. Selena hurtled through the city streets, discarding her cloak and heavier weapons as she went. Anything to give her additional speed, anything to get her back to the castle. And then Kale notes afterwards, I've never seen anyone move like she did. I've never seen anyone run that fast. I found a horse within seconds of her taking off, and she still outran me. Selena can outrun a horse. So how fast is she? So if we look here at this image of basically Usain Bolt, fastest person in the whole world, can run, sprinting 27 miles per hour, but that's only for 100 meters. Horses can reach a max speed of like 55 miles an hour. But this probably wasn't just a short sprint. This was probably closer to maybe a longer distance run. So we can imagine a horse. Kale hops on this horse and he's cantering or galloping maybe 25 miles per hour, 30 miles per hour, 17 miles per hour. He's certainly not just trotting down the street at 8 miles an hour. How far did they have to run? Here, I went and tried to figure out basically how large the city of Rifthold actually is by comparing the capital cities of various other empires in our world to the Alderlaan Empire. Basically, given some linear regressions, we can estimate that the total land area of the capital is about 230 square miles. And if we model that as a circle, we find that the radius of the city is probably about 8.5 miles. And then doing a little calculus, you can actually determine that, well, as it turns out, we don't actually know where in the city the warehouse that she was running from was. But if you pick any random point in the city and we model the whole city as a circle with the castle in the center, on average, the points of the warehouse is probably about 2/3 of the distance from the radius. So Selena probably had to run about 5.7 miles. But in the worst case, she might have had to run across the entire city, which could have been a whole marathon. Top marathon runners, they can probably hold about 12.5 miles per hour at a time. But the distance that she actually ran here is closer to a 10K. The top race time for a 10K is about 26 minutes. But if we put in the marathon race speed and Selena running a 10K, she can get there in 27 minutes. So all this seems to pass the sanity check. And as it turns out, we do have examples of real human versus horse racing. In Wales, there's this 22-mile race that's held every single year, and humans do in fact win sometimes. In fact, not only
that guy wins.
this guy does not win, but
he's ancient.
But no, this is routine. Humans routinely beat many of the horses, and Kale just said he picked up a random horse. So it's entirely possible and probable that Selena, being the master assassin who we're told runs all the time, is able to outrun Kale on a random horse, given that she's probably riding about somewhere from 6 to 10 miles. So in conclusion, Kale, you almost had her. You got to be quicker than
that. Where's the function of Kale's weight to the horse?
Not a jockey size. Still difficult for a horse.
Definitely not jockey size. No.
Oh, God.
For our 4 followers, if you're also reading along and you have a DTL, send it to us.
And check out our Instagram, which I will type here. At the Bookends.
And check out our podcast with wherever you get your local podcasts from.
And keep watching us on YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.